Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. And today we are going to first of all let you know that today will be a bit warmer than yesterday. We will see temperatures in Connecticut of -1 degree Celsius in my area, which is a far cry from -14, which we had yesterday. So, today will be a better day to get some things done outside. However, any ice patches that are out there are still going to remain. Tomorrow, temperatures will warm up to about 4 degrees Celsius, and so ice will start to melt. So, if you have an ice problem in your area, either be very careful, sand and salt, or just wait until tomorrow and when things start to melt. All right. Today, I wanted to show you something different. Because like Blazing Leo said, if there's no one on the show at this point, you should just show what you want to show. And I do have a couple things I want to show on the show. One of the things is for our phone system, or actually our Ethernet system upgrade. And so let me just switch the screen on so I can see me. And actually, slide this over will be fine. The device I'm going to show you, switch over to the panel too. So at least I can see the panel coming calls in, because like Leo said, it's just try to have something to cover for today. So I wanted to show you some things I bought, and show you the things that watch out for. This is a Category 3 jack that was installed by my phone company. It's an RJ45, but it's not suitable for Ethernet. And the reason is these blocks here are not really very suitable. You can see the color schema is not even close to standard. I mean, you see the orange, white, you see the green, white, if you're not sure what I'm talking about. Yeah, a lot of people get confused by that. But the thing is, this is not suitable for Ethernet, but is designed for phone systems. So if you see a jack like this in a hardware store, and somebody labels it Ethernet, be aware that it may work for that, but you're not going to get the kind of performance grading you want. I think it's kind of interesting the way that these colors are marked on this jack. You could try it, but it's really not rated for Ethernet, because especially not Category 5. If you're going to be doing Category 5 Ethernet, these are going to suck. Alright? No, these are not candies. These are not chocolates. They are Ethernet jacks. Keystone jacks. These are standard Keystone jacks that are used in almost all modern communications. And these jacks are very well loved because of the fact is that they plug into a universalized panel. You can probably see the writing on it. It tells you what it is. It says Category 6. Okay, these are Category 6 jacks. And I'm not going to go into detail how the PC boards are designed on these, but just to say is that these have a connector that's supposed to allow you to crimp down by stopping these covers closed. Okay? I'm not going to close it all the way. Just to show you, that's how the wire would go in. You thread all the wires into these holes. The holes were labeled on the side, and then you just use this cover to punch them down, or you can use the separate punch down tool, which I also have. So, and the reason we need to do that is over the years, the Ethernet jacks in our apartment have gotten totally messed up. With these little connectors, the wires coming off them. And so the Ethernet on the apartment is partially kind of down for the count because of that reason. And what else I do an oracle reading too? So because they are down for the count, a lot of the Ethernet jacks in the walls don't work. So thus the importance of fixing them and getting them ready to go for today's oracle card. Mother God, Father God, Angel, Spirit Guide. What is today's oracle card? Just randomly grab one. There we go. Grab two. Sorry, actually grab three. I just want one. Okay. I came up with Dakota Hera Amplified Awareness. Amplified Awareness Hera. Number 14. So yeah, so anyway, so what I'm going to be doing this month, or maybe March, is we're going to be rewiring all the jack panels in the, here we go. She says, there is enough for everyone. Use your wisdom and power to manifest and achieve your goal. Be aware of your needs and desires. Do you feel envy? This is normal. Human experience, so use it to your benefit. Instead of getting caught up in envious thoughts and feelings, allow jealousy to be a beam of light that illuminates exactly what you desire. It is important to know how to handle your feelings, these feelings, whenever someone is jealous of you or you are of them. The root of it is usually fear of insufficiency or a desire for something you don't believe you can have. For example, do you envy someone's great paying job, or do you envy their abilities to afford nice vacations? It's probably because there are so many ways a nice vacation can come to you. If someone else can do it, so can you. Amplify your awareness to know what you want and be encouraged and excited at the prospect you're capable of achieving it. Okay, so Rusty, come on, give me a break. I still haven't figured out the spacebar functions to change scenes. But you know, like I said, I personally am looking at the situation at hand, and I really want to achieve to get things in my situation right the first time. How you doing, Leo? Category 5 is 10 megabits per second. No wondering why lag happens. Right. Well, Bill, you are 100% right about that, but don't forget that my ADSL is only 1.5 megabits per second up and about 25 megabits per second down. Okay, that's approximate. And right now we're plugged right into the ADSL router instead, because the actual jack panel is wired in the wiring class is all messed up. Actually, category 3 is actually 5 megabits per second. But either way, we need to fix the Ethernet cables, and we need to make them better. And so we need to rewire everything. We are using category 5E CMR cable in the walls, which is fine because it's not in air handling spaces. But if you really want to be concerned, you should use category 6 cable Plenium to deal with air handling spaces to prevent outgassing if the cable burns, and also platinum cable has a higher resistance to catching fire. So, but yeah, eventually Winston may get fiber, and then Winston will be regular. But until that time, we have to make do with what we got. And this is where you guys are important, because you guys are the ones who helps with your donations and clicking on the advertising that keeps us going. It's the donations and the assistance that you guys bring that helps us to upgrade the studio gear as we can. That's category. I think category 7 is shielded. I haven't quite gotten to that point yet. Because we don't have. The fastest computers we have on here is this Mac and the other Mac, which can do gigabit. And the problem is that the category 5E, category 6 can handle gigabit to some extent. But it's not really going to be feasible to keep replacing the same damn old cables. The cables themselves in the walls are fine. It's not the cables, it's the jacks. The jacks in the wiring closet, I bought a patch panel, thinking that it was going to be a good solution to solve some of the wiring problems. It does, except it doesn't have those nice little plastic caps on them. So what happens is the wires work out of the panel. They slide out. And meaning that all of a sudden you put the panel back on the wall and the wires come off.
Michelle.
Oh, man. What?
You know that engine I got yesterday?
What's that?
That engine we got yesterday we couldn't fix?
Yeah.
I emailed the guy nicely last night saying I'm not complaining, but, it was unfixable because the coil was fried. So I just wanted to let you know that, but I wasn't unsatisfied because your listing was accurate. You know what he did? He turned around and issued me a refund. I didn't even ask him for a refund.
Right. All right. Well, let me get my.
What I'm saying is he issued me a refund. I didn't even ask him for a refund.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Well, did you say thank you?
I'm going to. Yeah. Because I just started another one. I found another one.
Just remember, I told you last night, when you close your browser, click on the X to close all the tabs.
Yeah.
Don't leave the tabs open and festering overnight, because Chrome will actually give you memory leaks. So just remember that. All right, let me get back to the show here, because this is important. Yeah. So the point is so I mean, that was a bit of annoyance, And then, of course, the cables get broken and they get cut shorter and shorter and shorter because they're broken pieces of my punch down tool. And I said to myself, you know what? This sucks. This whole setup with this patch panel, which is supposed to make my work easier, totally screws the pooch. Because it's like, oh my god, the wires are atrocious. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to replace that patchstone panel with a keystone wall plate and a standard NEMA electrical wall box. And we're going to put the wire into these little itty bitty connector blocks like this. Now, the thing that gets confusing is the color schema on this. 1, 2 is fine because we used T156B, green as blue, Oh, wait. Yeah, blue. And then 6 is green. 3. Alright, so I'll have to figure out how to put these connectors on because, if I just go by the numbers, that's what I would do. 1, 2, then you got 5 and 4. You have to basically do mathematical calisthenics. Yeah. Yeah, I'll figure this out. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try to get to this in March, maybe April. Same thing we need to do with the non-Ethernet stuff too, because we have the another thing I want to do is I want to consider adding some new jacks to the system to easily allow us to plug in our composite cameras into the wall. Now, there's a couple different ways to do that. Obviously, you can use balance, we can use, or we can go with Ethernet cables, cameras that do power over Ethernet, voice over IP phones, which would be nice too. So there are things I want to do. Shield to prevent interference. Gotcha. Yeah, the thing is that's what we gotta do. We gotta improve the cabling. Because right now, all the in-house Ethernet cables that are in the wall are basically useless. You can't use them for anything. You can barely even use our phone system on them because our phone uses all 8 wires, and guess what? Very few of the cables that go to the punch-down block, which are supposed to be for Ethernet, are even working for that. A one phone jack that we have wired that uses keystone jacks is also FUBAR. So because it's using keystone jacks, I can replace that one phone, plug in a new one, and be all set to go. I'm doing fine. How you doing, Brian K? Now, Brian K was lamenting yesterday about the fact that I was playing World of Warcraft. I want to get my character up to a higher level as much as I can. Maybe Millennia may not decide to go into Shadowlands. Frankly, if anybody goes into Shadowlands, it sucks. Okay, you get stuck in the maw. You basically gotta fight your way out of the maw. And by yourself, nonetheless. It would be nice, though, if you could get people to play with you. And but why don't we get people on the panel right now, since it's now panel time? So let's see. Brian, it's time for you to come on the panel too. You haven't been on the panel, and I know you got a lot to say. There's no reason you shouldn't be on the panel. Case of the video cameras, ideally, we should be using BNC connectors or TNC connectors. I mean, TNCs are a little more reliable than BNCs because they have threaded connectors instead of bayonet connectors, so they're a little more reliable. But who wants to run RG59 through walls? And it turns out that, in many ways, okay, stay on the panel so I can answer the doorbell, okay? You ding dong, but I didn't even get a chance to answer. Who knows? Maybe the person forgot to turn the microphone on or something. Alright, anyway, so the thing is that the weather is going to be better. Tomorrow is going to be warmer still. And the guy was nice enough to give Ed a refund for the engine that had a burned out winding on the stator. And the thing was shorting the ground. It's like I told Ed what I said with the enamel. Oh, okay, let's get Leo on here. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing today?
My day kind of sucks so far, but it'll get better.
Why does it suck so far?
I don't want to cry. I had to put my dog down today.
Really? Why?
She was just in a lot of pain.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. It'll get better though. She's not in pain anymore, so.
What was it, arthritis?
Yeah, I think so. She was having a hard time walking and she wasn't eating. I could barely get her to eat. So
Yeah,
I just thought it was time. Yeah.
Well, sorry about your loss.
Oh, thank you. She was a good dog.
I know it sucks to lose a pet.
Yep, it does.
But you're lucky enough. In some ways, you still have 2 cats.
Yep. And I had all those years with her. I think she just turned 15. And she was a good dog. She was a really good dog.
Yeah. I lost a cat from a heart attack that was Fame's girlfriend. And ever since she died, he had never been the same since. I sensed that he wanted to be with her. Yeah, they get attached.
They get used to it. Yeah, my one cat was kind of bonding with her a bit, and so it's going to be interesting to see, how she reacts. But I think she'll be all right. I think she knew she wasn't feeling good. Probably why she tried to lay with her and stuff like that. But my dog wasn't having it. So
yeah. So when we came home and Fluffy wasn't with us, Fame was looking for her for a while.
Yeah.
And then he realized that she wasn't coming home, and then slowly he started to become depressed, and it didn't happen all at once, but then he kind of started feeling like a Bill Sanford from Sanford is in, I'm calling Elizabeth, I'm coming. Because, he wanted to be with her. Those two, even though they weren't the most chummy kitties in the world, they would definitely spend many times enjoying each other's company, and while Rusty was a nice substitute for Fluffy, Fluffy wasn't a girl cat, so there was kind of not the kind of same camaraderie as it was with Fluffy and Fame.
Yeah, I think animals they're kind of like people. They sync up with certain animals that kind of match their persona.
Yeah. I guess Fluffy was kind of a quiet cat. She didn't really talk to a lot of people. She was a little temperamental, but she died right when they opened fire at Sandy Hook.
Oh, wow.
Exact minute the ambulance opened fire is when she died in the vet's office of a heart attack.
Oh.
And I told the vet, and I said, do not resuscitate. I said, I'll explain why. I said, she has not been the same. Okay, she's lost a lot of weight. I'm afraid you would end up having to kill her again anyway.
Yeah.
And I saw her go through the tunnel. And I said, she's already left. Her soul's already left. And she turned around in the tunnel and gave me a soft meow, saying, I'll see you when you get here.
Oh. Yeah, it's hard. It's harder for me to deal with animals than it is humans because, humans you can talk to and say goodbye and, but animals you don't know what they're going. I was just hoping that this was something that could be fixed, but
Yeah.
she woke up this morning at 6 o'clock in the morning and she was just yowling in pain. I called the vet and I said, I can't put her through this anymore.
What did the vet say the condition was?
What's that?
What did the vet say the condition was causing her pain?
Oh, he thinks he was thinking it was from her arthritis too, because her tail wouldn't move. When she walked, she would kind of like sidestep. Her back legs weren't as strong as they used to be.
Yeah.
So he agreed. He's like, she lived longer than he thought because the last year has been kind of hard with her. So
yeah,
he's like, I bet you she's the oldest from her litter. She's probably the last one. And I'm like, possibly. She lived a good life. She was a good dog. I will miss her because she's been my companion these last few years.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, to have my cat die when Adam Lanza opened fire. I mean, that to me, that was the final shots fired. That was like, bye bye, Miss America Pie. That's it. It's over. All the normalcy that we used to have is gone. Because, well, Adam Lanza was a bit of a red herring for me anyway, because he also had Asperger's. But his mother kept putting him on drugs that made his disability even worse.
Wait, who had Asperger's?
Adam Lanza had Asperger's.
Oh, okay.
But he was definitely not at all as high functioning as I was, or I am. So I actually started to seriously wonder and become more cautious about any kind of pharmaceuticals because I realized that certain medications do not help people with Asperger's at all. In some ways, it could actually make their condition even more devastating.
Really, I didn't know that. Does it make them not as clear-minded? Maybe is that what you mean?
They've tried different things like Seroquel, Ritalin, Abilify. Except the Abilify is kind of like a gateway drug in a sense because it works for a little bit and they got to keep increasing the doses until they get target dyskinesia, and then that's that. They're even worse off than before with lip smacking and other things, and that's not normal. That's not even good. I mean, that's like you're trying to treat one problem, you're creating others at the same time. That's not the way to handle it.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. Not everybody might not agree with it. That's okay. You don't have to. I gotta fix this wire here. Oh, because it's.
Well, everyone has an opinion.
Right. Everybody has an opinion. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Johnny said, I caught this at the tail end. My condolences to anyone losing a pet. I've lost my best friend recently, and it's harder than I ever imagined. Big hugs. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know everybody goes through it. I know. It's just my turn again. I've had so many animals in my life. You think I'd be used to this, but this is the first time I've had to do it on my own. I didn't have that. Like my ex-husband was always there to help me with the other one, so it was just a little hard. But the vet's I like the vet. That's why I brought her back there. He's very caring. So and it was very painless and peaceful. So, and I'm gonna get her cremated. So I'm just gonna wait for her ashes to come back, and she'll go right up there with the rest of my animals that I had cremated. So I have a whole wall of them.
Well, we buried Fluffy outside the vet's office, across the road from the vet, because the vet would cost too much to cremate. So we built a funeral bier because the ground was too frozen. We put the cardboard box under some rocks, and I had a friend that could easily walk down to bring the cat and put her under a funeral bier. I couldn't actually climb down there because it was too rough of a terrain. And so we all just kind of mourned the loss, memorial service, talked a little bit about what Fluffy was known for. She was like an oyster. She was hard to get to open up. She finally started opening up to people. And she really was losing. She was like fame. She was losing her fur. She was just not doing well anymore.
Yeah.
And so I took the initiative to bring her to the vet, and then she died in the vet's waiting room.
Oh wow.
So
well, she knew.
Yeah. And the vet said, "I'm sorry, but she's gone." I said, "I know." I said, "Do not resuscitate." And I explained why. She said, "Yeah, you're probably right. It probably would have been a bad idea to resuscitate."
I didn't know they could resuscitate animals. I mean, I understand, like, if they're, like, smoke inhalation and stuff, they can give them oxygen and stuff, but...
No, they can do the same thing with people. Attack? They can put them on a EE. They can give them defibrillators and...
Oh, no.
Really,
I didn't know that.
It's not worth the heroic effort when the cat has already been sick like this and is clearly in decline. And then you're going to be stuck in the pain to have them kill it. And then I think Mother God knew I couldn't be the one to pull the trigger. So I think she spared me that heartache.
I was praying. I was like, God, please just take her. Just take her overnight, please. But I think she would have hung on for a little while longer, and I just couldn't do it anymore. It wasn't fair to her.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it sucks. So anyway, I did a little bit of a video before he came on. As you saw, I showed them the new Ethernet jack they'll be putting in. The only thing I didn't buy yet was the wire or the wall plate or the wall box. I gotta get those. I can get those this month, but I'm gonna wait a little longer. Remember, we still got a video card to get. So right now, the way we got set up, it's working at this point because we're not even using the jacks in the wall right now. We're using separate cables. But,
hi, Metal Kitty.
Hi, Milka. How you doing?
So Red said the rich are slowly starting to die from COVID. How is that, Red?
I don't know if I should be happy or sad about the rich.
Well, if they had anything to do with it, then I would say that it's their karma. But, I mean, I would never wish death on anybody just because they were rich.
Yeah. I'm sure economically they're starting to die too because their businesses are slowly circling the drain. So maybe they're dying in both cases. I mean, I don't know. Like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez got it. Elizabeth Warren got it. Donald Trump had the early version of COVID. I don't know how they handle it, but I know that there's a lot of people that just want to get their lives back together right now. And I have empathy for those that just saying is enough already. I just want to get my life back together. I get it. So do I. I want to be able to get back to the soup kitchen. I want to be able to. I wish I could walk better too, but that's another story. But I mean, I walk okay. It could be a lot worse. But it would be nice if I could get my life back together too and start doing the things I used to love. That's
Michelle, I'll tell you one thing. I've had 4 back surgeries, and a lot of, once you have those surgeries that kind of leave you a little bit disabled, and you get into this routine of not exercising, not moving around, your diet gets poor.
Exactly.
And I'll tell you what, the minute my mom passed away and I had to do, I didn't have that help anymore. I didn't have that support. I had to force myself to get off my ass and do a lot of the stuff that she had helped me with.
Right.
And my back today is pretty good. My pain is almost gone. I'm doing things that I never thought I could ever do. I think you just got to get yourself back into the swing of things, one step at a time, so they say. But I mean, if you continuously do it, you'll get back to where you want to be.
Right.
You will. It just takes a little bit of time.
And for me, that means getting back to being able to have the normal routine as much as I can that I used to have, but going to the soup kitchen and, having lunch, talking to people publicly, locally, and, I know it's harder in icy winters because I know that even I last night was saying this, gee, it would be nice if it was a little warmer. I do kind of think that would be nice. I don't mind the snow, but I do kind of don't like when it refreezes in the ice and then I have to walk on that. That kind of sucks. But
yeah, the weather sucks. It does, but for people like you and even Ed, investing in something like a treadmill would not be a bad idea.
Remember, I don't have a car, so everything I have to do is on foot. So, so in essence, my rehabilitation routine has just been going out there and try to do as much as I can.
Yeah. And walking is the best exercise anybody could do.
Yeah.
I used to walk miles and miles. I love to walk. I still do.
Like I say, I walked over to Cumberland Farms. I got some things for the house. It wasn't too bad out there. It was a little cold. I had my jacket on, no, obviously. And I walked over to Cumberland Farms, and I got some things to the house, like the butter and Ritz crackers. We were out of those. I was going to get bagels, but they were out of bagels. A lot of things they were out of at the store. I bought 2 slabs of cheddar cheese, and I ate one for lunch. I didn't eat the other one yet. And then I had about 2 chocolate bars for a snack. And I bought 2 bags of Fritos.
Is not good.
Yeah, I don't eat that much. I don't eat as much as I used to. I don't eat as much as I used to. Not as much, but it's.
Do you ever pair your cheese like with crackers or even like vegetables or fruit?
Sometimes we'll have cream cheese with Ritz crackers or with cheddar cheese with Ritz crackers. Exercise is not the answer. Clarify that, Red. I think exercise, or at least everyday walking around, being mobile, is indeed a good start. Tell that to 2 rich girls who thought that exercise would save them from COVID. They died in the hospital next to each other.
Oh, no. Exercise has nothing to do with COVID.
Oh, in that case, COVID, yeah, because it's going to... Because COVID is an
Yeah.
upper respiratory infection. I don't think exercise in that case is going to help much, except maybe increase your efficiency of your lungs. But that's misinformation in that case. But for me, exercise is important because I have to keep those joints limber.
Yeah, I'm talking more exercise for like her knee and her strength of her muscles. Yeah, it doesn't really have anything to do with COVID.
I mean, my lower calves
Maybe
are like
after COVID.
my lower
but
calves
not
are
during.
like iron. They're like thick calves in my lower legs. On my left and my right leg. On my left leg, where the knee injury is, they hurt after a while. They really hurt standing for a long time. Because I don't think that they have quite gotten the endurance yet to stand without pain for a long time. I mean, we're talking about a lot longer than it used to be, I can tell you that. But I know when getting cleaned up in the morning, it can be excruciating. Especially, I mean, I remember when I was over at Patty's house, it got so bad I couldn't even stand up to clean myself in the morning. I had to sit down at the kitchen table with a little container of water to do all the cleaning.
Oh wow!
But now I could stand up in the bathroom later on, a couple months later, and do the stuff myself. But the thing is that I really think I'm looking forward to this spring. I'll be honest, because I like spring. I don't mind spring. Spring's fine. When the weather's warming up a little bit, the birds start coming back, and people start to come out of their homes. This is before COVID came into be the grim specter that causes all these people to be locked out of their lives and to normalcy. But if it was a normal year, like let's say 2022 happened and there was no COVID, soup kitchen would be open. That's where I'd be right now. I would probably be getting ready for coffee. Maybe I'd bring the laptop out there, do the show at the soup kitchen, have a good time, and that's what I would be doing. But unfortunately enough, the soup kitchen isn't an option. So then he said, "Why don't you go to McDonald's and just show there?" Sure, I could. But you don't think McDonald's is going to want you to sit around and just do nothing, right? They want you to buy something. So, you figure you're going to buy some breakfast, you're going to buy some coffee, or maybe a couple Diet Cokes, If you're not in the mood for coffee, I've been known to drink Diet Coke and coffee together. I mean, do between the hot and cold, flip around between the two. You can get free refills on the soda, but you can't get the free refills on the coffee except one. Melky said, "All I know is my husband and I can't get back to Germany because of COVID, and we are tired of it." Yeah, everybody's tired of COVID. Everybody's tired of it. People
Are you originally from Germany, Meadow Kitty? Or do you just have family there that you guys visit? That's right. I really want to go to Germany. I really do.
Yeah, McDonald's is getting really expensive. A lot of businesses have. And that's a sad reality, because that's another COVID issue. Is that the businesses are struggling to maintain their bottom, their bottom line, and they're running out of money. So, the businesses have to find a ways to raise prices in order to meet expenses. So that's another reason why I wish COVID would just come to an end, so that we can all get back to doing things, and we can start get rid of this inflationary trend of 7.6% average and get things back down to where they should be. His mom is over 70 years old. Okay. Yeah, that is kind of suck. My mom is over 70 too. She doesn't talk to me a lot, but my mom is surprised how much I actually walk, though. She's actually kind of glad I'm actually back on my feet walking around.
That's good.
I said, well, Mom, I said, it's not always easy. She said, Michelle, it's no better for me. I can't walk upstairs because of my heart condition. I said, I didn't know you had one. But I understand why you want me to meet you downstairs. I said, that's not a problem. So my mom is like me in a sense. She's struggling. She has arthritis. She's holding on as best she can. My brother helps with the utilities and the bills because he lives with her. But it's not really easy when you have to handle the disabilities like that. Middle Kitty said, my mom lives in Florida. I haven't seen her in a few years. Yeah, well, when this COVID-19 crap finally is over, what about all those people that have vaccine passports? Are they just going to integrate those into their regular American passports?
I would think that they would be the same thing, right? I mean, because the only difference is the COVID one shows that you had the vaccine, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just a regular passport.
Yeah, kind of like the membership card. It's not like your actual blue passport, your U.S. passport. I don't even know. I don't even have a passport, but I mean, I know family members that do. And there's Rusty. Oh, you can see his tail there. Let's get him on camera here. Rusty Cat likes to be on TV too. You all know that, right? Yeah. Let's get Rusty the Cat on there. Oh, you can see his face there.
Rusty the Kitty Cat.
Headbutt with the public? Yeah. You gonna give the public a headbutt? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he's a major part of the show in his own way. Rusty,
well, he's part of you.
Rusty never met Fluffy. I wonder what he would have thought of Fluffy. I don't think he would have been too impressed with Fluffy. She was the alpha female. She would have probably ripped him a new one. Because Fame was a beta male, so he never really had a problem with Fluffy. So there's no arguing about turf or territory. But Rusty probably would be fighting with her all the time. Yeah, Rusty is cool. He's big. He's a big cat. He's I could fly there, but I can't wear mask like that. Well, maybe what you can do is maybe you and your husband could arrange to drive there. It would take longer in the price of fuel. I don't know.
To Germany?
If that's doable.
She can't drive to Germany unless she takes a boat.
No, she could take a ship. But then again, as we already found out, even fully vaxxed passengers and ships are still getting COVID.
Oh, well, yeah.
And that tells you something. I mean, it's not... I don't know if the masks are necessarily helping that much. Maybe a small, tiny bit, but not enough to really keep you safe. Been there, done that. Florida Leo, she's talking about going to Florida to see her mother.
Oh, Florida. Yeah, you could drive to Florida.
Yeah.
I was like, she can't go to Germany in a car.
Well, you can always take Amtrak if you're near an Amtrak station. At least you wouldn't have to drive all the way. Misty's taking up the entire table like always.
I drove to Florida when I was 18 with some friends. We all got tattoos, and
yeah.
My dad said, "You're never going out of the state again."
Yeah.
And then I moved to Virginia Beach. I don't listen very well.
Yeah.
It was fun though. I had lots of fun in those years.
Nukes were launched. What the hell do you mean by that, Red? No, I did not hear anything about nukes being launched.
Where were they launched? I know some missiles were being launched by North Korea.
I know North Korea launched a few, but I don't think they were live ones, though. Wait a minute. Rusty, come on.
I think they were just like test ones.
Right. There are ways to get in, but we have got to wait. Yeah, you said that yesterday, but I don't think you have to worry about that. You would think that the emergency broadcast system or the civil defense would be telling you what to do, right? If there was
Not necessarily. If there was no hope, I don't think they'd tell us anything. But I think there would be a whistleblower of some sort, and it would spread like wildfire. So.
Yeah. They were test firings. They weren't real firings. All North Korea has to do is just launch a low orbit nuclear warhead detonation, cause an extreme electromagnetic pulse at high frequencies, short and long and medium length EMP, and that would destroy everything electronic. Mechanical phone systems like the step-by-step or early crossfire would continue to work, but the digital phone systems would be cooked. Because the ground all flights. Yeah. Yeah, I did hear about that. North Korea fires missiles into the air to gain leverage in negotiations. Probably. But if Russia was to do test firing, you can bet NORAD would be there sending out the launch keys to the president to use his football and launch his missiles. And they wouldn't be test firings. Let's see, can you give me a minute here, Kitty? I want to do a tarot reading real quick here. Alright, let's do a quick tarot reading on what's going on. So, I still don't understand how North Korea got hypersonic technology and standard everyday South Korea can't even figure out how to make a missile. And they're supposed to be our allies. And yet, South Korea can't even seem to figure out how to make a missile work. I don't get this. You know, why can't they figure out how to make a missile work? You would think they would know how, right?
Oh. Wait, who can't? South Korea?
Let me turn my camera on here. Yeah, wait, look at my camera. Did you turn it on? Yeah, I guess I did, but it's on the wrong camera. Let's turn the camera on. Let's get the camera on so Leo can see what we're doing. Sorry you missed the kitty cat. I thought this camera was working. It was working originally. Okay. OBS virtual camera. There we go. So let's get some tarot readings out here today. What's the what's today's tarot reading? It's going to be daily reading, general tarot reading for everybody here. General tarot reading for everybody here. Simple reading, please. 3-card spread. Mother God, Father God, Angel, Spirit Guides. Okay. 3-card spread. I got the Queen of Swords. We got the Queen of Cups. Sounds good. We got the King of Wands. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to quickly look at these cards because I keep forgetting what all the different queens mean. Okay, kings and queens here. So, Queen of Swords is an elegant, refined woman who has experienced sorrow and adversity, quick-wit, perceptive. Okay? The Queen of Cups. A dreamy woman holding up the cup of imagination relies on intuition and feelings, attachment, devotion, commitment, nurturing. And the King of Wands. Okay, King of Wands. Sometimes I wonder if I'm ever going to make the mistake and get these wrong suits. Nobody's growth and new beginnings, authority, enthusiasm, and new beginnings. So, you know what? I'm going to tell you, I think the good news is that you don't really have to really worry. I don't see anything majorly wrong going on with the world, but what is the quick last card that summarizes everything that you're showing here? The High Priestess. Okay. So, the High Priestess is number 2. Wisdom and the most uncommon sense, knowledge, enlightenment, intuition. I'm going to say that for most people today, it's going to be a pretty good day. I don't see anything that stands out to be a deal breaker for today. I don't know what you think, Leo, but I'm sensing that there's going to be a lot of inspiration, intuition, thought, prior experiences, but are going to be a good day for everybody. I don't know what your opinion is.
Well, I could assure that I'm sure my day will get better, but it started off bad. But yeah, I mean, if that's what you sense, Michelle, then I'm assuming that's probably for everybody. It will be a good day.
Yeah. And even you, with your loss of your pet, your dog, I mean, you're gonna see positive changes too. I don't see that you suffering for indefinitely. I see that maybe you're the Queen of Cups. Maybe this Queen of Cups applies to you for some reason.
Well, yeah, I kind of just look at it was time. It was time. It's gonna help me out a lot. You know, having a senior dog and one that's sick, it's very stressful.
Yeah,
you know,
I
it's
had
just,
a
I'm just
senior
gonna miss
cat that was
her,
very sick.
her companionship. So I mean, she's better off. She's she's with all my other animals that have passed, living her doggy life now, the best doggy life.
Oh, by the way, the latest research showed, by the way, that the NIH also gave grants to companies to create transgendered animals. So researchers create grants to create transgendered animals.
Can animals be transgender?
Yes, they can be. But the problem is why would you want to do that? There are gay frogs out there. It's from the BPA. That's so stupid. Why would you want to do that? Alright, so what?
I mean, how do they know an animal is transgender, though? Because, I've had dogs and cats that, I mean, they really didn't care if it was male or female. If they were wanting to mount it, they mounted it. So how do they tell if an animal's transgender?
I don't know why they would want to do it anyway. I mean, it's confusing enough in the real world. You got
it kind of sounds silly.
Please don't try to make my cat confused. Decide if he's a female cat or a boy cat. He certainly is no girl cat. Whoever saw a girl cat with a penis, I would seriously wonder who the hell that happened. But I have heard it has happened before. But I don't know why they wouldn't want to do that. Okay, so quick tarot reading for today on Ukraine. Mother God, Father God, Angel, Spirit God, what is the story for Ukraine for today? Ukraine for today. Ukraine for today. I won't forget we have a nice show tonight. I see the Page of Wands. I see the Six of Pentacles. And I see the Star. I'm going to make an educated guess and say straight out that, number one, there is not going to be no bombings. They are going to receive gifts. Maybe that's the people from Kazakhstan that they're trying to get work with them. Page of Wands, though, I always get mixed with Wands. I know they're fire. Page of Wands is young finger in the act of proclamation. Envoy a messenger enthusiasm and news.
We got Hillary Clinton
I'm going to say on the side of error here that this more likely the Ukraine situation is not going to result in any ICBMs being launched, at least not today. Maybe our leaders will wake up to the realities and just say, nah, not worth it. Maybe they'll finally wake up and say, nah, it's not worth it. You would think they would, right? I'd probably say is, you know what, this ain't worth it. Don't get into a fight over Ukraine, because Ukraine is not that big of a deal. It's just a small country in the middle of nowhere. It's like hillbilly land. It's not even, sure, it mostly was a farming region, but it's not really anything to make a big deal about. Right. So, yeah. I don't really see any reason why to make a big deal about Ukraine. Of course, if you have family members there, it's a little bit harder to say, why not make a big deal about it? But most of us don't have Ukrainian relatives. So I don't think... But if you have family, yeah, this is going to be more of a concern to you.
I mean, did you just say, you didn't really care if they were bombed? Or, what do you mean, who cares about Ukraine?
No, I didn't say I don't really... I didn't say I would care if they were bombed or not. No, I didn't say that. But I said I think most American people don't really care much about it because it doesn't really affect them unless you have family there. Maybe then it will bother you a lot more. But most Americans right now are concerned more about what's going on here at home with the situations with the COVID and the economy and everything else.
Right, okay, I understand what you mean. The general population really doesn't care.
I mean...
But in a sense, you think that maybe they should start caring because, especially if our president is getting involved with that whole ordeal, it kind of makes it our business.
Yeah, but the thing is that what I mean is that it's over 3,000 miles away. Okay, it's hard to feel the same about something that's 3,000 miles away than if it was 100 miles away. Because that's just it. I mean, people don't really think about it because it's too far away to really think about.
Right. Well,
But
like I didn't even know what
I
was
can
going
assure
on.
you, it was within the United States. There'd be a lot more concern about it.
Right. I understand what you're saying. Unless you're aware of things, it's not right in your face that's going to affect you directly.
I don't
get
think
it.
Russia necessarily wants to really expand. I'm not saying they couldn't desire to expand, but I mean, I don't think Russia really needs to. They've already got enough land. They already have 7 time zones. It's huge as it is. You got the republics of Russia that are huge, huge landmass. Russia is definitely too big to be allowed to fail, absolutely. But I think right now America needs to worry about America because America's got enough problems. We can't fix everybody else's problems. Heal yourself first. You gotta get America back on track. That doesn't make me a bad person for saying that. Heal
Hillary
yourself,
Clinton
America.
definitely has her opinion.
Yeah. So, please don't play our LGBTQ animal friends. I don't really know too many LGBTQ animal friends. I'm not saying that there isn't any, but I think that the thing is that to have the NIH giving funding to create transgender animals is a little bit beyond expectations. I mean, we already created transgender animals by mistake with BPA. I don't think we need to have somebody science in some laboratory say, this is a transgender cat, let's turn her into a boy cat. Oh, please. We'll pay for the surgery and everything to turn her into a boy cat. Great, so she won't even be able to impregnate any cats at all. I don't know if she would like that very much, honestly. I don't think she would like that at all.
I don't even understand the reasoning why this would even be a topic of discussion. I mean, animals, as much as I love them, what difference does it make if they're transgender or not? I mean, they don't wear clothes. They don't. I don't get it.
I mean, could you ever see a male cat go in the heat? Oh my God, Rusty would be in terror. Him caterwauling around the house, asking for another male cat to mount him.
Now, who brought this up? I mean, I know not talking you, but I mean, where did you read this article? Like, where is this coming from?
It was actually from Alex Jones. I was going to send it to you, but unfortunately, I would have to send it to you in your email, and I didn't know if you want me to send you that kind of stuff. But if you want it, I will send it to you.
You have my email, Michelle. You can send me whatever you want.
Yeah. All right.
Just, if it's something important, just make sure you direct my attention to it.
Right.
Because sometimes I don't check my email for a couple days.
Yeah, all right. But I'll do is I'll dig it out of the catacombs. I just got it today, and I'll send it to you. I just think it's an unusual idea. I mean, it's true that with the BPA, the biphenyls that we use in plastic, are already turning boys into girls because they're becoming androgen insensitive. I know dogs and cats can get AIDS, yeah.
I just think it's silly.
I think feline AIDS is a little different than human AIDS, but not by much. I don't know. of course, if you want to make sure your boy dog stays a boy dog, give him pine nuts. Because pine nuts are plant androgen.
Are they toxic for dogs? Because I didn't know certain peanuts or certain nuts. I think walnuts and pecans are not good for dogs, which I thought was weird because they're natural. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe some things might be bad for dogs, but I mean, if you want to make sure your boy dog stays a boy dog, I mean, you can always give him Mr. T, you know, give him his testosterone shots after he loses his you-know-whats. But he's still going to be a big surly dog anyway. Because once he loses his testicles, he ain't going to be the same dog anymore.
did you meddle kitty? I know I've had dogs that they were lesbian and inbred. Like they believed in incest. The mother was would get on top of her daughter and hump her, and it's like I don't even know what enjoyment she could get out of that.
Yeah, I don't know. But obviously they enjoyed it. But obviously there was no puppies created.
No, I mean, and they were both fixed too, so it was just a weird.
Yeah. Well, let me see if I can find you that clip, and I'll just send it right to you. It's easier to do it from my phone or from the desktop than it is to do it from my phone. All right, so let's go to all mail. And let's see, Gary Franchi, Paycheck Boys, Zillow, Brian Musho, Odyssey, Donald Trump, Katrina, Donald Trump. Okay, it's under Alex Jones. So let's go to Alex Jones because that's where it was. I wasn't on when there were other sites that covered it too.
Oh, is that what it was for dominance? Yeah, I think I heard that
Pentagon
one.
does confirm Fauci's secret deal with COVID-19 sought permission. There you go. To release it. Okay, so this is not it, but it's still sending this anyway. This might be worth reading because it's about COVID. Let's see, forward. Move to inbox, labels. Okay, here it is. Forward to, let's see, I don't think you're in Blazing Leo in here, but let me look here. Let's see if I can find your name in here. BLA. Yep, there it is. I guess my phone does send the information up to you. Okay, that's one story. And then there's another story. I thought it was here. Okay. Transgender pets. I'm gonna find that. Transgender. My goodness. Let's see. This is from Town Hall Daily. Pregnant doesn't secure warrant. Okay, total disaster. No, that's not it. This is today. Let me just look up on the transgender. Let's see. Actually, it's transgender animals. Okay. Town Hall, Cup McDavis, YouTube. I'm trying to find it. For some reason, I can't find it now. Transgender. It's in the time in the morning. Okay, that's not it either. Alright. So I'll have to go manually search this and find it to you. The other one certainly is interesting, and I don't understand the logic behind the idea. Okay. Especially when salted caramel's involved. What's this? New York Times, The Morning Ambition and Compromise. Thinking about vaccines. Townhouse Daily. Says for sale. YouTube study. News from Odyssey. You don't want to miss this. Grab Mondo Base. Katrina. Program for Rainway. That's not that. Donald Trump. Conservative headlines. New polls show how much more Americans love Trump. 2 days left. New poll shows how much. I really need to read this. Crackle. Stream Dolby Gillis and the classic comedies on Crackle. YouTube. Limited no ads. Pluto TV. I'll have to look it up because I had it. I saw it and I kind of, first I was concerned. I thought that was kind of weird. Let's search for the word animals. Animals. Alright. No 11 channel. DCC outrageous. Let me just search for animals instead of transgender. Let's see if I can find animals.
Well, you can look for it later too, Michelle. You're kind of holding up your show.
Yeah, I know. Alright. Morning America's Children Crisis. Okay. Animal Rescue, Subcrypto, Animal Hybrid released. Wow, that's another Alex Jones. Animal human hybrid. Wow, there. That's not it, but that should still prove pretty interesting for you. So I'll send that to you too. So I think. Okay, I think those two pieces there might interest you the most of all. Animal human hybrids? Like, what? Okay. So, yeah, let me get back to my show. Absolutely crazy. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was true. I think sometimes
Well, yeah, I've seen some things about some hybrid stuff going on.
I think Alex Jones in some cases may be right that something is going on, and as it just makes him more aerodynamic. Noodle thinks having his hair pointy makes him cool. Biden will do nothing. I had a male to female greyhound. I put her in a race against other females, and she would always win. Made like 80,000 off her. Okay. He was right about the frogs. And yes, other scientists confirmed it. So yes, he was right about the BPA plastic additives was turning frogs and people into females. Men are losing their masculinity since the 1970s. Their sperm count has dropped over 50%. So, results in people like Andrew Scott being born, which don't even know what it's like to be a man. Not really. I mean, I bet his father was more manly man than he was. You know.
Morning, Gothic.
How you doing, Gothic?
I don't think I said morning to Noodles either. So morning, Noodles.
I'm sure Wi-Fi doesn't help any, but how would you like to stick your nads in the microwave? That's exactly what we're doing. At 2.5 gigahertz. Sure, it's pretty low frequency. It's pretty low power, but put your nads in the microwave and close the door and watch your nads get extra hot really quick.
Oh my goodness. Keep your nads out of the microwave, boys.
And certainly don't put your nads against the glass. Either. Because there's always residual radiation coming out of that thing.
Air fried nads.
Ed's right now is laying in the bedroom doing his phone stuff.
Oh, what's this
See,
phone
he doesn't
stuff?
always sleep. Sometimes he's up just doing his own thing on the phone. Radio guys that always work with always had girls. Okay. Yeah, the girls do like guys that know technology. They do.
I was thinking the same thing, Wild Bill.
And I would be saying is, oh, so you know how to fix my broken stuff. Yeah, I can fix your broken stuff for you. Cool. Yeah, so anyway, to make a long story short, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world right now. What's the latest? Have you heard, Leo, with yourself, about what's going on in the world today? Get Paul in here.
I was kind of morning, Paul. I was kind of watching some stuff about the Ukraine and Russia, and I mean, there's so much COVID stuff going on too. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of all mind-boggling to me about how much is going on in the world.
Yeah. I none of it's good either. Oh, God. None of it's good.
No. But usually news isn't good. I mean, it's kind of the reason I tend to stay away from watching it.
Take this job and shove it. I'll tell you, that's probably what a lot of people in the Ukraine are probably saying about their government, too.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, I have to, when I get like I said, I'm going to get that project started with the Ethernet cable. But the problem right now is I got to clean out the pantry because I can't even get to the wiring block because it's got, besides Westy's cat box there and a step ladder in there and a lot of other stuff in there. It's just really hard to get in there to work on anything. But I definitely do want to sort out the wiring.
A land of ancient temples and modern.
Michelle, I've come to argue the fact that animals can be transgender. I think that's bullshit. How can an animal be transgender, Michelle?
I thought so too.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
I really thought so too. I thought that was kind of insulting. I mean, yeah, animals. Yeah,
it's a mental disability. I mean, an animal can't have like a mental disability. It can't be like an alcoholic.
Let's see. I can find the article. I'm really still. I don't know where the other one is. Yeah. All male.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible for.
Are you sure it's not in Yahoo, Michelle? Well, if it's in Yahoo, then we've lost it already.
I tuned in, and that's what the topic was, so I figured I'd come and argue
Senate News, AOC, crackdown on the Republic, needs stuff collectible, Blubberbuzz. Maybe that was it. Blubberbuzz. Seating or misconviction. Latest gruesome NIH. There it is. There it is. I found it. I'm going to forward that to you.
I don't want it.
No, I'm talking about the Blazing Leo. She wanted it.
Oh.
I was looking in the wrong mailbox. There you go. I just sent it to you. It was in,
Blazing Leo, are you for animals being transgender or against animals being transgender?
I don't even know.
I think it's just a stupid thing to begin with. It makes no sense to me why there would be
let's see this
transgender animals.
Let's read more about this.
Exactly.
Open link. Okay, it says here. I just thought that was really interesting. I just thought it would sound like sensationalism. Personally, I didn't think it was. Latest gruesome NIH study involved turning animals into transgenders. Let's see. First, you get junk mail about C. 65. The National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease paid researchers over $200,000 in order to examine HIV rates in transgender women by injecting monkeys with hormones. Okay. Let's see, can I read? Oh, wait a minute. Let's see, here it is. Supervised by Dr. Anthony Fauci since 1984, the NAID provided the Scripps Research Institute with $205,562 in funding to study why transgender women have high rates of HIV. The Washington Free Beacon reported,
Because they're
in order
gay.
to do this,
It's
monkeys
not
were
that fucking
injected
hard
with
to figure
female
out.
hormones.
what?
This study
Because they're
is a
gay,
complete
Michelle.
waste of time and precious research funds. No shit. I could have told you that.
Yeah, it's because they're gay and fucking other people with AIDS. I mean, that's not hard to figure out.
First of all, what's stupid about it is the fact is that, well, it's true, some animals may get it because of lack of careful preparation and repeated sex partners and all that. But honestly, the truth is, yeah, here is it. Start watching. Okay, this is the Wire Mold Gangbacks episode. This is listed by. I'll go back to that. Do I have this on my watch listing? I have one on my watch list already. This is the one I'm watching, I think. It's already in my cart. It's in cart. Okay. So anyway. Yeah, I just think that's kind of alarming. So it has to do with AIDS in monkeys. Yeah, you know what though? I think that is disheartening to think about. You know. But AIDS is still a real issue though, but even though we don't talk about it as much. It might be because transgendered women preoperative are probably doing things that they shouldn't be doing. Just leave it at that for now. It's still a lot of money being wasted. No colors allowed on my new channel. All the deer are coming down with COVID. Deer, we could stand to lose a few. They're eating our forest. They can cure AIDS now, yes. Muscle Planet, no trans, whatever, allowed on my new channel. Well, that's kind of unfair to you to do that to people. Say they can't be in your channel if they want to.
He probably doesn't want to get AIDS on his channel, Michelle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You get it. So, Noodles don't want that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, anyway, the point is that I think now somebody said there's a new Ebola strain coming out. David, Noodles is here.
Let him on.
How you do, Noodles?
Hey, Michelle.
So what do you
Listen,
up to?
I don't care who's pro-black, who's pro-white, who's pro-transgender. This is all about fitness. It has nothing to do with race or sexuality. It has everything to do with push-ups, curls, deadlifts, squats, bench presses. Get them curls, bitch. That's going to be my saying. Get them curls. Or curls, motherfucker. Curl.
Oh, I do plenty of leg extensions every day. Trust me. I mean, when I go lay on the floor, I have to basically really work my legs hard to get up again. And like when I do the rewiring and the wiring class, I'll be doing a lot of squats. Because I have to get in there.
You should work out with us, Michelle. Me and Slingshot, we're going to do a workout routine every night for 15 minutes. Then we're going to do drawings, and then we're going to probably cook something very healthy.
I seen
It's
Slingshot Warriors.
nice to know it's able body,
there.
but a lot of us do have a hard time doing that stuff.
Is it gonna do drawings?
It's gonna be like sweating to the oldies, but with like alpha males, like macho men do.
Oh, that's right.
You can do it.
That's the part of the problems with the Capricorns. The goldfish is no fun. They take everything too serious in life. Loosen up a little bit.
Yeah, because life should be taken seriously. Michelle, what do you think? This is a joke? Life is not a joke, Michelle.
In a way, it is. It's a game, Noodles. If you think about it, it's a game. You earn experience points. You grow up. Once you level up to a certain point, you can't progress any further. Then you basically die off.
Michelle,
you delete your character and you start over.
For instance, all right, then Michelle, I don't want to get you sick, right? I don't want to get you sick, and I don't want you to die. I'm not playing games with your life.
If people practice common sense, they don't get sick. Okay, so Nikki Odell's here. What's Nikki Odell?
What about Elizabeth Warren? Elizabeth Warren got sick. She supposedly practiced common sense.
Yeah. Yeah, well, she got sick. Okay. She didn't. I don't know why she was pushing the stupid vaccine when she basically realizes it doesn't work. The vaccines are not working the way that they were expected them to work.
No.
I mean, sure, there was a money grab involved. I think Trump knew that, but I think Trump also knew that he thought that they had they had it together. But the problem is that the vaccines are not working right.
All I'm saying, Michelle, is life is not a joke. And Jews that were sacrificed during World War II.
Sounds like Nikki O'Neill is sucking off a transgender woman right now, getting AIDS in his mouth. Michelle, you hear that?
Who?
Nikki. Sounds like Nikki O'Deal here. Odell is fucking sucking off some transgender men and getting AIDS in their mouth. Or transgender women, whatever the fuck gives AIDS.
All I know is that, yeah, they pretty much have come around with cures for AIDS, but it's still expensive. Best way to avoid getting AIDS is just abstain and not mess around with IV drug users or promiscuous sex with multiple sex partners. That still is the best way to avoid it.
You know how you like cheat death. You never die.
Life makes sense.
You never get born.
Nikki, shut up! What the hell are you doing?
Right now.
That's disgusting.
Get out of here.
They're sucking off a transgender.
All right. First of all, yeah, Johnny, I know my view is sad enough, but
Michelle, why do you allow that? Why do you allow that on your streams?
Why do you allow that on your screens? I don't know. Good question.
Part of the show, Noodles.
You know that's Botter, right? So Botter is doing that.
Right,
therefore, because people accuse me of this all the time, Michelle.
Carlos, that's exactly what I was talking about. The
encouraging Botter, doing all that crap. Listen, you just encouraged Botter. You're the problem.
I don't know about that. Seasons. Anyway,
Seasons.
It's Seasons.
It's pronounced seasons, Michelle. It's literally Michelle. It's literally the word seasons. It's It's not seasons. It's seasons.
It's
like
spelled
fall,
SEASUNS. Seasons or
fall,
seasons. If you're
spring, Michelle.
gonna have a
Michelle,
soft U on that.
It's seasons.
Michelle, it's a play on words, Michelle.
Seasons,
Who the hell
Michelle.
is Stephen Elliott?
I don't know. Let's
That's
let him
fodder.
on.
Now you're enabling Bodder to torment people. So you're allowing this person up.
What you got?
According to the text messages that I've been receiving this morning, I'm enabling people. It's all my fault.
Michelle's an enabler too, obviously, because she's enabling this right here. You're not the only one, Noodles.
What the hell?
72 degrees Celsius. I know that. That's normal for your processor. Yeah. That's because we're using X264. Unfortunately, I don't have hardware compression for video. I wish I did. That would seriously take the load off the processor. Michelle, you got 4 cores. I know. So you're not as bad if you only had 1 core or 2 cores.
Yeah, Michelle, you have a great day. I gotta go back to work.
I know.
Yeah, get that dick. Get that dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, the point is I know that's a kind of a sad view of life, but that's pretty much what we are. We're just here for a short time. Once you level up enough times, you achieve the ultimate level. You know, you have family, you have kids, right? Grandkids, you know.
So you're saying
really
people who don't have
progress
kids are
much
unsuccessful,
further.
Michelle?
And then, so, you know, it's just
Michelle.
like in World of Warcraft. I mean, like, once you hit, like, max
You
level
fucking
in World of
dumb.
Warcraft, what are you going to do with your max level? Oh, I mean, you can still play, but that'd be more for fun. But you go in any dungeon and you're going to kill every single boss there is, and there's like, I mean, like that's what happened to Michaela. She just kind of she got so high of a level that she kind of just like became less fun to play because she's like, she can go any dungeon, she can just crowd control, she can just basically blow everybody up.
No, she can't. Your character dies all the time, Michelle. It can't do any dungeon.
Not Millennium, Michaela. You know Michaela.
No, not Michaela either.
Priest.
Michaela dies all the time too. She can't go into a dungeon by herself and clear it out.
Excuse me. She's done the Iron Docks by herself. She's done several dungeons by herself.
Yeah, those are like level 15 dungeons, Michelle. If your level 50 character can't do a level 15 dungeon, then yeah, she probably shouldn't be on the game. I mean, you can't go into a dungeon finder, a group finder, and do one of those dungeons by yourself.
Probably not.
No, right. Yeah, my point, prove it.
Because then Dungeon Finder will try to find a dungeon that's equal to her skills.
Right. You won't be able to find one.
Right now, for example, that
weak.
Valenia still has to go back to 2 dungeons that are part of her quest line. So one is in Finisful Glades, the other one is in the Eastern Plaguelands.
Yeah, I hear that game's dying. I hear they're going to shut it down at the end of this year. Blizzard's moving on to new projects.
I strongly doubt it, because there'll be private servers that'll keep it going. You know that. I've heard they're not going to shut the game down because they're private servers. They're even working out for an update for the game after the game. They're actually planning on to continue Urk after Shadowlands. Like,
yeah, I think they're going to wipe it.
Shadowlands was kind of a bit of a joke.
Pretty sure
I paid for the upgrade for Shadowlands, and frankly, I was not too impressed by it.
Yeah. Got Blaze and Leo with us still?
Yep, I'm still here.
How about this warm weather, eh? Yeah. Warming up. Feels good.
It's going to be warming up today and tomorrow for the East Coast as well.
Yeah, thank God.
Tomorrow will be a high of 4 degrees Celsius. Today will be a high -1.
Yeah, it's been pretty cold. Haven't been enjoying it. Take multiple showers a day.
So she doesn't have the itch anymore. All right.
Yeah, it's nice
Not
outside today.
on Ebola, but the avian flu. The bird flu is breaking out in China now. Ebola is avian flu has been a problem in China for a while. It hadn't been totally gone away. They don't hear much about it because everybody talks about COVID. More than 28 million people were in lockdown before the Olympics in China.
It's in Japan.
Oh yeah, is it? I thought it was in
It was-
China because I
Yeah,
know
I know.
there was Chinese games too. What's that? It warmed up here. The snow is melting. Yeah, snow's going to melt here too. Let's see what happens. Most of the snow is melted away anyway. I don't know what the back driveway looks like now, but I gotta know is once the stuff becomes all slush and mud, then I could just go throw the garbage bags over the railing and then bring them down to the dumpster.
Is that what you do? What if they break? What if your bags break when you throw them, Michelle?
Oh, they're pretty light, so I don't.
Okay.
I don't fill them up really heavy.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I've been known to throw bags down over the porch. I can probably put the bags in a big bag and then just basically throw it over, so they'll still be double
Should throw
protected.
the bags over the porch and throw Ed over the porch to put them in the dumpster.
And then I just grab my walker and I just slash them with a walker and I just lug them over.
Slash
to the
them with your walker a couple times. Get out of here! Scram, Ed! Yeah, get them out there. Get them moving.
Because there's still going to be ice patches out there, right? You know that there's still going to be ice patches.
That's why I'm saying have Ed go out there.
Butter always gets the blame from Noodles. I don't know much about Butter.
He's a punk.
I don't know much about Butter at all.
Hey, mischievous character. Mischievous.
So yeah, tonight we have a live show. Yes, we do have the phones up, ready to go. Night show, the old style phone system.
Let's warm up now with a couple calls, Michelle. Let's take a couple calls right now. I know it's the morning show. Let's get a little warm up going.
I don't.
We don't do that on the morning show.
I don't do phone calls on the morning show.
I know, Michelle. I know. We know people have called for Ed. You've told them to fuck off. You don't take any calls. But you know what, Michelle? The best part about the morning show is that Paul takes calls on the morning show. And we're going to go see what they're serving up the Open Door Soup Kitchen
show
right now.
All right, what do you do on my show? Because my show is when I'm pretty much sort of just getting myself up and getting myself started for the day. And then we're going to... So we're going to go... So we're going to play some World of Warcraft this afternoon.
How y'all doing today, sweeties?
And maybe... the
pork chops today. Okay.
And then maybe we'll just
how you were doing.
And maybe we'll just segue right into the night show like we did once before.
Love you. Oh, I didn't say it today. George was busy today. Pork chops at the soup kitchen today. Michelle, you like pork chops?
Yeah. Okay.
You're okay? Yeah. I like them if they're cooked correctly. The butterfly cuts are nice. Also enjoy some applesauce with it myself. Maybe a potato or a noodle. Or rice.
Michelle, make sure you tell Ed tonight that when you do your show, he's not to bother you. Remind him before you go live.
Right.
He knows that, but the problem is he still does anyway.
Right. That's
I know.
Problem.
Tell him right before you go live. I'm doing my show. If there's anything you need, we need to address it now.
Oh, I know. He said to me last night, he says, we're at a Benadryl. I said, fine, so we can go down and get some more at the pharmacy. I don't want to spend $15 for 100 of them. Okay, say 13, but I'm like, so go give me a 2-pack over there at the CVS at Cumbies. A 2-pack?
What? Tell
for
him
$3?
Dumbass doing himself.
Well, ain't no bargain.
What does Ed use Benadryl for, Michelle?
Well, it helps us both sleep and it helps with allergies. So it helps.
Tell Ed stop being a puss cake and putting water in his beer. And if he, maybe drank some more beers, he could sleep a bit better. He's putting water in his beer. Probably not helping anything.
Michelle, you have a dollar store by you, don't you? They sell it at the dollar store, like for 30
There you go.
something.
Yeah,
Go to the dollar store. That's a good idea.
But he keeps telling me because I'm going shopping with Krista on Friday, and he wants to go, and she said that's fine. But the thing is that I don't really need to get much at the dollar store myself. I just gotta go get some cat food for Rusty, and that's about it.
Well, you never know what you can find at the dollar store, Michelle. They got a lot of good finds there, a lot of good pickups. It sounds like Ed is willing to spend $15 on the Benadryl, but spend $60 more and get a toy train just to break it. I'd rather just have the sleeping medicine at that point. I mean,
well, you didn't break it.
You can get
train didn't
you
work.
can get five Benadryls for $75.
It was listed for not working, and then the guy was nice enough and gave Ed a refund anyway.
And he has the broken train as well.
And you get to keep the broken train as well. So,
you lucked
so
out.
We got the shell, so we just got
plenty of Benadryl money.
We just got to put more. We just got to put the replacement mechanism inside, and that's no problem.
If you're using Benadryl to sleep, why not get like Tylenol PM or like
Well, I need it for my allergies at night, so I have a reason to use that for nighttime because it helps me with my allergies, and it's also got diphenhydramine, which helps him sleep anyway. So
go get something to eat.
It kind of works out for me and him anyway. Because the Benadryl helps by preventing me from snoring. No one knows anything about anyone on here, Michelle, and anything anyone does know is unsolicited. Yeah, I know. He mixes water and beer together, so he makes an extra light beer.
Why does he mix the water? Why didn't he just have a glass of water with him and drink the water? I mean, that must make the beer taste horrible.
It makes it taste like piss. And I hate beer anyway.
I would assume.
What allergies do you have? I have problems with breathing because of dust, or any kind of allergens like pet dander, and it's the stuff that makes me hard for me to sleep at night because my sinuses clog up, and then all of a sudden you can see my nasal passages vibrate my nose because you'll see them go. So that's what people think of snoring. It's actually my nasal passage is acting like a big vibrating air flap. That's why I tend to breathe through my mouth. Yeah.
You wake up with a dry mouth?
I do sometimes, yeah. Especially if I lay on my back.
I'm going to have to shift you some of those nasal strips when I come across them and have you try those. That would probably help you more than loading your body up with Benadryl because I can't see that.
Michelle basically inserted little pieces of rubber tube in her nose that basically bits on both sides of her nostrils. I don't look too comfortable for sleeping. Here, take these pieces of 3/8-inch pieces of plastic and stick them up your nose. Yeah. I know what you're talking about, the nasal strips. I've seen people talk about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I sleep on my back. I got a dry mouth because obviously my mouth is open like a codfish, and basically, lately he hasn't complained about me snoring, so maybe he's getting used to it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. you were snoring because you were overtired. I've heard people say that. Right, I understand that. Right, the strip's going the outside of your nose. I know that. Yeah, I do get very tired sometimes, especially when there's a lot of things going on here. Like, first of all, Ed doesn't know where to put the kitchen utensils. He keeps putting them in new places. It's like, wait, all utensils are supposed to be in here. However, you could put them on the white shelf next to the stove. That would make sense in some ways because it's pretty much where you could go. And so now I was looking for the pizza cutter last night, and it was in the closet, or it was in the pantry, which was where they were supposed to be. And he's putting forks, spoons, knives everywhere and anywhere. And it's like, 3 forks are really filthy. I said, these are not clean. These are not satisfactory to me. Why are they even in here? They're not even washed. And he's like, he wants me to do dishes. I'm like, fine. Then let me do the dishes in the morning when I get up, because I have time to do that. And for God's sakes, gotta put your silverware, the oven mitts, and everything in the same places so we know where they are. You know. By the way, I'm starting to lose weight in my flat back too, in the bottom here. Yeah, I lost a little bit of. I lost a half of an inch in my wrist too. This watch band is actually going to be brought down smaller now because my wrist shrunk a little bit. Okay, not a ton, but it did go down by a little bit. No, Kitty, I can only get him to do sponge baths. I can't even get him in water for some reason. I don't know why.
What?
He makes excuses. Yeah. Like, oh God, I'm like.
Shall speak.
He doesn't do much more than sponge baths. He doesn't want to do any more than sponge baths. I don't know
looking
why.
At this draft, child.
My wrist shrank. It seemed like.
Something.
No, he does that himself. But I don't know. He's just. Right. Yeah, my wrist shrank maybe about a centimeter. My wrist won't watch this on here. But I'm not gonna bring this wrist being in any smaller than it is right now because it's pretty good size right now. You want a little bit of looseness in your wrist for the watch anyway. Who the hell are you? You don't need to repeat yourself. You don't need to repeat yourself. I don't know what. Who is Ray Dorset? I can say hello to Ray Dorset, but
hello to Ray Dorset.
I also turned on the World of Warcraft sound effects in the game because I didn't realize they were that loud. I was listening to it on my phone. It was like. It was way too loud. So I brought the game down volume a bit to make the volume a little more civil so I could still hear the voices and things. But so you'll still be able to hear me talking over the game, so.
I found a joint on the floor.
No, so I don't know why you would want to do that, because the Winston police basically have said that they are not going to take anything that's said seriously. um, So, how many people are around here right now? I don't know. About 16 of them. Okay, that's good. What is this so-called concept of joint on the floor thing? I don't even get this. Why that's a thing? I don't get it. Sometimes I don't get any of the stuff I hear. Yeah, so I don't know. I just think it sometimes I think is I'm not sure what he wants in life, but besides someone to clean up after him, apparently that seems to be his biggest thing. Oh, please fix my broken stuff. Oh, I can't always fix your broken stuff, Ed. I mean, sometimes I try, but with the burnt winding in that motor, they took out the broken E in it, which may not have been broken, but it was seized. And then we tried to still get the engine to run, and it wouldn't run. I think that the motor winding was shorted against the case, because even when we disconnected the winding from the power source, it was still getting energy. So I said, oh well, it's obvious that something has the enamel on the wire has come off and is shorting against the windings. But I think, as I said, I know my view in life may seem kind of sad, but the truth is, I do think that life is a game, and just like in a game, you start out with a goal, you start out doing quests, and then after you've done your quest, once you leveled up, you achieve the American or European dream, whatever. You know, you're at the top level of the game. There's nothing else to do anymore, and then you just quit the game, delete your character, and start over. That's pretty much my view on life is. Michelle used to be a snow queen. Now she's just. I still do snow work. Trust me.
What still works? What?
What's that?
What are you talking about, Michelle?
I am still the North American snow queen, but I also do a lot of other jobs too.
I don't know. You're pretty lackluster with your snow queen skills lately, Michelle. You've been neglecting your job a bit here.
Oh, you got more snow coming. Don't worry about it. If that's what you want to know, you gotta get more snow.
What's the problem?
So, anyway, don't forget I did a morning show too, the night show on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And, but what I miss is the days when, before Ed was here, I had a lot of time to myself to do a lot of thinking and sleeping and praying, and now I have to basically try to jump around all these different people's schedules, and sometimes I feel like just basically like, you know, just saying, guys, I need my break. Leave me alone right now. You know, don't bother me. Don't call me. Don't yell at me. Don't ask me to fix your problems. That's why I was thinking about renting a room at a local inn. The thing is I only would be able to afford it for 2 days. because it's so expensive. It's like $2,700 a month. Like, and it's not even a 5-star hotel. You're like, holy crap. And that's before the inflationary trend. How's the 2015 prices? Well, I don't need to stay there for a whole month, but it would be nice to stay there for a few days so I can get away from, all the stuff that goes on. Because remember, the only day I really get off is Sunday.
That's your choice, though, Michelle. You choose that.
Yeah,
you're
I
not
know.
on. You're not. No one's pointing a gun to your head and saying you have to stream, Michelle. You have to stream. You're the one who's choosing.
Yeah,
to
but
stream
it's not
6
my
days a
choice when
week,
it happens with outside of the show, though. That's just stuff that just keeps coming up over every day. That's not even show related. Just like everybody else, there's always life involved somewhere.
I mean, you're not the only one who has to do it. You're the one who chose to have Ed come live with you, and you refuse to do anything to get him out. So, I mean, that's your choice. You can't. No one can feel bad for you on that situation anymore.
Yeah.
It's basically your choice.
Like he said, Laura out of Benadryl. I said, that's fine, Ed. Go get some more for me today. What?
Tell him no.
Tell him to go get his own.
He wanted me to go get more of the cheap ones across the street. He said, well, you're going to cross the street anyway, right? I said, maybe. I don't know yet. I mean, I wasn't planning to go with a Cumberland every day.
If Ed needs them, Michelle, if Ed needs them, he can get them. I mean, he went out and got beer last week. The couple cases of beer, I'm sure he can handle a box of Benadryl, I can get it if he really needs it. You don't have to get it
as much as stuff you do for him, Michelle, you would think you'd want to do things like that for you.
Yeah. You don't have to do it, Michelle. You're not, you're not a slave.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's no reason why he can't carry, a 1-ounce package?
Yeah, he can go get it. And he can go get some for you as well. Like Leo said, he should be wanting to help you out.
He's basically got a bay window bigger than mine. I mean, obviously, because he's not. He doesn't.
Was that a penis?
He doesn't even do much. His self-esteem is in the toilet somewhere. He doesn't.
You don't know what a bay window is?
Like a penis?
No, it's like a big window in the front of your house.
No, I know what a bay window is. I clearly have them, but she was saying that Ed has a bigger one than she does. What is a bigger bay window?
Right.
That was a reference.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, I got you, Michelle. Yeah, well, you should work it off. Even more reason for him to take a walk, Michelle. Even more reason for him to walk and dial up some stairs.
Right. I mean, come on. He gives me more excuses. Oh, I can't walk down the stairs because the railing's loose. So I nailed the railing down. There you go. Of course, the nails did come up. Actually, I'm thinking of putting some wood glue on it. I'm surprised the man who made the railings taller didn't use glue. I've got glue. So maybe I might just glue them down, put some wood carpenter's glue, and then...
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know why
they
made it taller anyway.
Pick.
The thing is, he makes more excuses than the cow on the moon. Why do you do that, Ed? Come on, give us a break. You can do some things here. I mean, you're going to go down the stairs when Krista comes. You're going to have... I just don't understand this guy.
No, Michelle.
We got 2 walkers, and he makes whining about, the other one's a clunky thing to haul down the stairs. Yeah, it is. It is clunky. And, but...
That's a monster.
I just don't...
I don't get it.
Yeah, I agree. The landlord just used nails, which is fine if you use nails and glue. But I don't know. Sometimes I think the tenants are deliberately pulling the railings up. I don't know why.
My name is Edward Mitchell.
A lot of wear and tear.
A
lot of wear and tear.
$500 what?
You don't want to know, Michelle.
Okay. So, I can go get them the damn Benadryl today, but you know what? He's going to have to seriously take some common sense and do something better with his life because he's killing himself.
Yeah.
I mean, he worries
So
about
what-
me being fat. Excuse me. There's a difference.
Michelle,
One, I'm
let's
active.
get a-
Number two is I'm actually trying to live a better life. And
Michelle,
what?
okay. Let's go a little dark here, Michelle, for a second. We get you're trying to better your life. What would you do, Michelle, if you woke up and Ed passed away in that apartment?
Not much I could do. Just call the
I mean-
mortuary, load his body bag to the dumpster, or
Oh, wow.
the coroner's gonna take
Okay.
him and just be done with it. I mean, there's not much you can do about it.
What would you do with all his trains?
I don't know. I think the state of Connecticut takes them all.
Oh, okay.
Except
wouldn't
the
you
only
keep
thing
them and sell
realistically
them?
that would be a problem is it's in my apartment, so I don't think the state of Connecticut would take them because they wouldn't be able to do with them all.
Right. So what
'Cause
would
he
you do
doesn't
with
have
them?
a
Would you
will.
sell them? Would you sell them or throw them away?
No, I'd probably give them away.
Oh, you give them away. I'll take them.
I know somebody. I know some people that would take them. Yeah.
I want first dibs on Ed's trains, Michelle. I want this to be known publicly. If Ed dies, I want first dibs on his train collection. I'm gonna honor Ed, set them up, get a case of beer, and just let them run. Just let them run.
Like I said, I know people that would like to have his trains. I mean, there's people
Yeah.
like Stan CT that wouldn't mind having some of them, and Craig Senior would have some of them, and
And we'll all get together and have some drinks and run them.
Stan CT
And,
would have to pick up some of the stuff. I know he probably would like some of the American Flyer stuff. Maybe Craig would like some of the American Flyer stuff too.
Paul has first dibs, though, Michelle. Remember, I got first dibs.
I wouldn't mind buying his beer. Yeah, but you know what? In a way, it's better. At least in the morning show, is I don't have to normally worry about him interrupting me in the morning show. But I really get crossed when he keeps interrupting me during gameplay. It's like, why do you keep interrupting me during the gameplay? And he says to me, well, I got more packages coming today. Okay, good. I got
tired,
packages coming today,
Yeah.
too. Or at least I think I do. I don't know when my green bags are here yet, but
I'm to end the show.
well, check that. When is your green bags going to be here, grocery bags? That's a good question. I don't know. I'm going to see if I can find out the answer to that question. Let's see, eBay, the 10 reusable grocery bags. They are tracking, shipped, tracking detail, tracking package, out for delivery today. Yay! Good, perfect. We'll get our green bags today. I know Ed said he had stuff that's coming today also, so.
For a man that doesn't have a lot of money, he sure gets a lot of shipments in.
What's that? Yeah, I know. He's always looking for the cheap stuff. The bags I bought myself because I needed those.
Yeah, but he says he wants to get a car, he wants a better place. Why isn't he saving his money?
He knows he can't afford to get a car.
Okay, well, why still isn't he saving his money in case, he needs something important? I mean, how much honestly, Michelle, how much train stuff is in there?
Oh, God, I don't know. I lost track. Right now,
she said she lost track of the train stuff.
Right now, his layout is becoming so complicated that I can't keep up with it all. He's got S gauge, HO, and O gauge trains on one board, and he's. I said, "What's next? NNZ scale?" Jeez. I
lost track.
I don't know, Ed. You got too much crap on that board. Pick one.
It's got too much, Michelle. I don't. Even if he could be buying almost anything more than trains and probably be bettering his life. Yeah, so pretty much the last thing he needs.
He's getting mad at me because I want to buy a video card. I said to him, Ed, a video card. It's not like I spend $300 a week or $300 a month. It's a video card. That's probably an investment. I would probably spend that much probably in a year.
He has no right to tell you how to spend your money, just like you don't have right to tell him how to spend his. But the problem with him is he keeps spending his money on stuff he doesn't need.
She said, "How much train stuff does she have?" And then she said, "I lost track." That's genius.
I don't really know how much he has. I know he has boxes and stuff. That's all I know. I don't know everything he's got. The thing is that I know he's given some things to Stan and some things to Craig, and I think Leo can help me work with Ed and Mika because she's helping us with the information that Hannah Nelson sent, and there's a lot of stuff she sent us. So right now, Leo's going through all the information to determine which agency would be the best one to start with. You want to cover that briefly, Leo? What we're talking about?
It's just a bunch of like websites and phone numbers to contact, and I'm just gonna go through and get the ones that I think she's going to get the most help from. And so that's, I guess, basically where we're at with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just she just gave us a huge listing of agencies and phone numbers and descriptions of some of the agencies. I think that's kind of okay, but it doesn't really help if you get overwhelmed like a dog in high weeds and you're trying to figure out, well, wait a minute, where do I start with? You gave me 20 agencies. Which one do I call first?
Right.
That's why Leo's going to help me try to go through this and determine which one would be the first good start. So we have to, find out what we're going to do, which ones we're going to do, and all that. Well, right now is that I got a feeling the tyrant has got me, gonna want me to get those Benadryls for him, so I might as well get him.
Michelle, you can always tell him no if he wants to get it. You got to stand up to him because he's going to just keep asking you to do things. He's like a child. You got to just tell him no.
And he's destroying
and if he gives
he's destroying his own body. Think about it, because he's not even doing light walking. Come on, it's across the street.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a lot of problems.
That's the thing and then he wants to spend $3 on a package of 2 Benadryls or 4 Benadryls. You freaking kidding me? For that same price per unit, you have 13 hours, you can get 100 of them. And that's less than less than 13 cents a piece. Why would you want to pay so much? He has no idea about true economy. He doesn't understand that buying them in larger quantities saves you money in the long run per unit. I don't know. He just doesn't listen to common sense. He doesn't listen to me. Alright, so for now, it looks like I'm going to let you guys go in the panel. Might join the panel, talk to you guys afterwards. So don't totally disappear, because I might be back with you guys in a little bit after I do my conclusion for today's show. And then we'll talk briefly on the panel in private, okay?
Okay.
Alright, so for the panel, I'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay? Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. Bye, chat.
Okay. So I'm going to get back to them in a little bit. But let me just do my monologue. Let's get my conclusion for today's show done. We are going to be working on Ethernet cable thing. I could order the wall box and stuff. I have the cash for it. But I did promise to take Krista to lunch. And so I really don't want to blow all that money in my PayPal right now. On that purpose. But I'm sending you to do a subconscious of asserting dominance. Yeah, I figured that, Gianni. Yes, I have figured that. He thinks he's the top bull around here because he's a Taurus. But I'm getting feeling kind of dissatisfied with the whole thing. I don't know. But anyway, that's another story. We're going to try to get some World of Warcraft in around 3 o'clock today. And then we have a 7 o'clock show tonight with phone calls and stuff like that. We're not using the Google Voice software because it keeps turning a conversation into gobbledygook. So just deal with it that way. It's just easier. Although I will still need to use the closed caption service to understand some of the phone calls. And that's about it. Really, that's about it. You know. So I'll see you guys around 3 o'clock for World of Warcraft. Maybe even earlier. If I get him his Benadryls, maybe he'll just knock himself out cold and sleep through it all. That would be nice. Yeah. Only thing is, there's only 4, so I'm not a pill popper, so I mean, I don't have to take the Benadryls. You just have to listen to me buzz along a little bit. Alright, so guys, for now, I will see you later. Stay out of trouble and don't do anything bad, stupid, dumb, illegal, whatever. Just have a good day, and I'll see you at 3 o'clock or so. Okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.